Bienvenidos amigos de YouTube, cuarta temporada, una nueva entrevista. Hoy viajamos a los 90s porque vamos a estar hablando con Ann Lee, una artista que la rompió en los 90s con un hitazo llamado Two Times, y también para aquellos, una gran novedad, si no lo sabían, también es coescritora de otro hit de los 90s como The Rhythm of the Night. Así que vamos a estar hablando con ella, vamos a viajar en el tiempo y es un honor presentarla aquí en esta oportunidad. So, welcome Ann Lee, welcome to my YouTube channel. How are you?
Gracias. Hola, la otra. How are you?
Fine here, enjoying the summer.
Yes, I know. I can see the sun behind you. Thank you for that. It's horrible weather here, but here it's fantastic.
Well, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I really appreciate
it. Very welcome, thank you.
It's such an honor, such an honor. You know, I wanna start with your beginnings because I wanna know why Italy. You know, why Italy was your place in this case about music. You know, in this opportunity. Mm-hmm. I wanna know about that.
Well, Italy, I came here for a holiday, basically.
Yeah.
And then due to certain circumstances, I didn't go back home straight away from the holiday, and I had to stay here. So, you know, I started to sing here, and I got to know the right people, some amazing people like Teo Spagna, Kundari, Ken Laszlo. I don't know how it happened. It was so much good luck. And so I started to do session singing. So I learned how to sing while I was doing it, and it was such a really good opportunity because I just, well, in England I sang in the bathroom, you know.
Okay.
Under the shower. So it's also easy there, you know, doing it like that. But then I had to, you know, I had to learn. So I did.
Nice, nice. You had a big connection with Italo disco style. You say Kundari, Spagna, Ken Laszlo, Gianni Coraini. You know, I want to know your experience working with these guys. You know, here in Argentina they were very important. Italo disco was a very important in the 80s. So I want to know your experience working with these guys.
I think that one of the first people I made friends with was Gianni. Mm-hmm. Ken Laszlo. He was amazing. He believed that I could do something, you know, and he said, I know these people, I know this contact, and I didn't really know who he was, you know, how famous he was or how many records he'd made, how good he was with the music. He was just a really good friend, and he said, no, I'll take you to this studio, I'll take you to that studio. And he spoke very well of me everywhere. And he would come and get me with his car. And when we started going to see to work with Mauro Farina, he would come get me in his car, and he would put the cassette, because it was a music cassette, in the car. And he said, you have to learn this. So when he was driving, I was listening, and then, you know, we would go. And working with Stefano Kundari was amazing because he welcomed me to the studio, and I had never sung before, really. This, you know, I did the first few songs, the first few cover versions, you know. I did Heart of Glass, but I have an archive here in my head that I know these songs very well. And he said, can you kind of like do this voice? We were working for the Solitaire albums at the time.
Okay.
And the Solitaire albums were a milestone because they were the first compilation albums then to come out and go, you know, sell very well. Mm. So I go to the studio and he said, can you do this? I tried. He went, yes, that's it, you know. So he said, okay, that's done. Don't go away. I have another one. All right. And then he said, can you do this? And I said, it was I'm telling you this because it was quite funny.
Yeah.
The guy with they're called a da 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 da. What was it? Kraftwerk, I think. You know.
Yeah.
And he said, "Here is a very strange voice." I said, "Let me try. Let me try." And there was the part that goes, "Ich liebe dich nicht, du liebe ich nicht."
Oh,
And it was like a robot.
yeah.
And I said, "No, let me try, let me try." And he said, "What for? No, I could put some. No, let me try." And I said, I went like this. "Ich liebe dich nicht, du liebe ich nicht." And he went, that's it. And from there, I was always in the studio when there was something to do, because I was just so enjoying myself, and also I was learning. And he was such a great guy. It was so sad when he went. It was really, really sad. That shouldn't have happened. You know, the good guys go first, don't they?
Yeah, of course. Nice.
But he's a big legend, wasn't he?
Yeah, you know, I did an interview with Gianni Caraini, I think 2 years ago. He's very funny. He's very funny.
Yes.
He came to Argentina too, I think twice. You say too, Mauro Farina, you know, Mauro Farina is one of the biggest producers of Italo Disco. So
Sure, yeah.
I suppose that was a big experience too, no? Working with him.
It was a massive experience because he's an amazing guy, very, very talented, very work orientated. You know, it's done. You know, but then so am I. So we kind of we got on well together, because in the end I was going to the studio and doing 3 or 4 tracks before going home, and that was in the morning. You know, he would send me a cassette.
Yeah.
I would learn it, go there, sing it, and then I had to say, okay, I have my train, have to go home. And I would be singing in the morning.
Yeah.
From working with an orchestra at night. But that's part of the job, you know. If I have to sing at 6 o'clock in the morning with no sleep, I will do it. But as a professional does, you know.
Of course.
And also because I just loved doing it. Loved it. Loved it. Yeah.
In that period, you did Eurobeat. It was not Italo Disco. It was like Eurobeat.
I was doing Eurobeat. Yes.
Yeah. Nice.
That was really good training, because in Eurobeat you have to blast out. You know, it's no interpretation. It's no falsetto. It's not. It's like and you have to do that. You know, if it's 9 o'clock in the morning, if it's 3 o'clock in the morning, if it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you just do it. You belt it out, you know, and you get it right. And I have an ear for harmonization. So when I was doing the main lead, I could hear what the other harmonies would be. And I started working with Giancarlo Pasquini, who is an amazing guy. Hi, Giancarlo. I'm working with him right now. We're always doing things together.
Wow.
And he realized that I was quick, and I was as quick as he was.
Yeah.
So I'd sing it, and then he'd go, right, harmonies, the third, the sixth, right, and just get it done, you know. And it was dynamic, it was speedy, it was fast, but it was very precise. You know, he's damn good at what he does, really good at what he does. Yeah.
When I read about your career, I feel that it was like a step by step, you know, because you traveled to Italy, you did Eurobeat, and then you co-wrote one of the most biggest successful hits, you know, from the 90s. That is The Rhythm of the Night. So you were...
The Rhythm of the Night. This is the Rhythm of the Night. I heard that one too.
Yeah, you know, here, I don't know if it's all around the world, but here in Argentina, it's like a joke with Reebok and Nike, you know, the shoes.
I remember, was it a guy phoned into the radio, and I have a request, the Reebok or the Nike. It's so funny. It's so funny. Yeah. Now that was just good luck. I was in the studio with Teo Spagna.
Yeah.
I've done much stuff with Teo Spaniard. Teo Spaniard is a very, very special person. You know, he's a great friend. I don't see him very often, but you know, it doesn't matter. You know, one of those friends that you can say, "Help! Right, I'm here," or he says, "Help! Yes, I'm there." You know, this kind of thing. So, and he's a massive talent. And that day, I was just in the studio with Corona, but she didn't have yet the name. You know, because it was a project that we were, you know, doing bit by bit. And I was in the studio with Francesco Bontempi as well. And he said, "Can you put a lyric? You know, look, why not? Let's try. Let's because we didn't think it would become as big as it has. You know, it was just playing around, a bit of adventure, and nice to work with you and say, yeah, hi, you know. So that was it. And then we went home.
Wow. But, you know, I never wrote any song. So I want to know, you know, when you're there with the paper, you know, okay, I have to write these lyrics. I want to know, how did you start, you know? Okay, let me see. I want to know that.
Yeah, sometimes it can be a line from a book. Sometimes it can be a thought. Sometimes it can be something that somebody said. If I can tell you, my cousin came to see me last summer after many, many years. Yeah. And she sent me a message afterwards, and she said, "Let's keep in touch. Don't be a stranger." So, gosh, I went to Holland to do, I do trance tracks as well with Raznitsen and Amsterdam Trance and DJ Kaimo and Stargazers. I do that as well. I try everything, you know. And it was an idea for a track, the Don't Be a Stranger. You know, so these things come from everywhere. It could be a book, it could be, I don't know, something somebody says, or just maybe a word that I like.
Nice.
And I build something around it, you know.
But in this case, about this song from Corona, what was?
I think it was just basically, came from the chorus, you know, the rhythm of the night. It can be anything, you know. That was the key thing. And the verses had to be something. Well, you can give me the rhythm if you give me sunshine on my face and you show me, you know, teach me how to do it. Basically, you know, teach me how to be happy and to feel the rhythm of the night. That's basically what it's about.
Nice.
Wow, nobody's ever asked me that before. That was wonderful.
Well, then you have another success song, you know, it's Two Times. It was very popular. When I was very young, I remember that song, you know. I born in 1994, but I remember that song.
Okay.
And so I want to know about the story of this project.
Okay, well, from then, I've been doing a lot of session work and backing vocals, and you know, with backing vocals and stuff. And I said to Larry one day, "Well, I'd quite like to do something. I want to do something for me." Okay. All right. Yeah, is there something that I could do to not be always backing vocals or session singing? He said, "Well, let's find a different kind of voice, you know, because with backing vocals, you have to be very linear, and you have to use you can't really interpret anything." And so So we tried. He said, I have this demo. He said, play with it a little bit. Find a voice that's so, and he said, afterwards we'll put it on a CD or cassette or something. You can listen to it when you go home. And okay. So I listened and I can, so never mind what you gonna do. Down the way you go. And I'm fine. Yeah. And he said, that's it. You have to do it like that. Exactly like that. Okay. So we recorded a demo, and I can tell you that somewhere in my office there is the original cassette of the demo.
Oh wow!
Right? Yep, and it's exactly the same as the final version.
Wow!
Even the "Don't you ever mind what you're looking for," that was just a space. He said, "Do something." Oh, okay. Don't you ever dance with me? and then when we started writing the album, Marcus Mancini and myself, it was like instant connection. He said, "Oh, I've got these chords." And I'm, "Oh, right, okay, try. Yeah, give me 5 minutes. Pen, paper. I'm going out to the garden. Right, pen, paper. Right, start. Right, Mark, I'm ready." And we would do these songs that the demos were, Larry basically didn't want them to change. He said, keep them exactly like that. Do not change a note. And we were working on these that they took about 45 minutes each. And you have that vibe that's going, and you say, get it. And the first album was basically written like that. It was, let's do it. It was so full of inspiration. My pen was smoking. He was, it was an amazing time.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a big hit. It's so 90s. It was so 90s, that song, because the video clip, the clothes, all the things.
Yeah.
So nice.
Originally for the video, they wanted to dress me in black and white.
Oh.
And it wasn't, no, I want loads of colors. I want to be strange,
Yeah.
Also because then the video worked perfectly because it was like a cartoon thing. So it couldn't be black and white. I completely enjoyed it. But also, when I do shows, it often happens that I'm one of the first artists on stage.
Oh.
Right? Because you got a thing like 2 times. You can't put it near rhythm is a dancer. You can't. It's something completely different. It would slow everything down. So often they ask me, oh, you're first on stage, and I think, okay, that's okay. I'll warm up the audience because I generally have a lot of fun on stage. I always sing live. I hate doing playback. The few times that I've done it, the CD has stuck, so I'm never going to do that again. Oh yeah, old technology and stuff. And so I just generally warm up the audience and have a good time, really. And so that's usually where the song sits. It was a big hit, but it's nothing like Snap or No Limits, or it's something completely different. So it has its own.
Yes, of course.
Pocket, really.
In my young experience, I can remember those times. It was like a radio hit, a hit from the radio, because it was a catchy song, slow, because how you say, it was not like a Snap, Hathaway. It's not for like a song from discotheque. It was like I'm driving in my car, on the street, on my home, doing things, and I have that song. I can remember those things. I can remember that.
I can remember peeling potatoes a lot of times, because it's like therapeutic. And you get your housework done, you get your cooking, you get your risotto, and you make your empanadas and all this.
Empanadas, yes.
Yeah.
We are in 2023, and I want to know about your newest project for this year. So Tell me, I want to know.
Oh, I can't wait! I can't wait. Well, actually, it started up last year.
Yeah.
I have two amazing friends, one in Antwerp and one in Rotterdam. But there are two Dutch guys, Mark Hoekramer and Edwin Holleweg, and we decided to, because they were fans, but they were also very, very good friends. I hope you're listening. You're probably not. Anyway, we decided to set up a record label, and I'm definitely not the brains behind this. The two of them work a lot harder than I do at it. But it's called Eurodance Vibes, and so far we've released One Night with You with myself and Danny, who sang with Benny Benassi. We've done another one, Look at Me, me again. And then Samus J and Stacey from 24/7. Can't Stop, that went to #1. We also did Jingle Bells. Can't Stop is still in the charts. And we're working on so many pieces, and we've got lots of requests, because what we like to do is to release CDs. And autograph cards and etc. We always have some CDs made, which I think is a lovely idea. With a CD with the 7 versions on it or whatever. We have an amazing producer in Germany, Ken Stewart, who's got a very good ear and got some very, very good ideas. And he's done some great versions of the singles that so far have been out. So we're working on that, and we're going ahead and ahead and ahead. It's great. I'm so happy.
Well, so you're going to be in Brazil this year, and it's going to be your first time in Brazil.
It is. Yes, it is.
Nice.
Fantastic. Yes.
Wow.
I hope it won't be the last, because I really, really want to go there.
I'm sure of that. So I wish you all the best with your new projects. I wish you the best with your tour in Brazil. Maybe sometime in the future, I don't know, in Argentina. Who knows?
Please, yes, please. Put a good word in. Yes, tell your mates. Okay. Please.
So thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it, and I wish you all the best. And
thank you.
Have a nice day. Have a nice day there.
Have a good day down at the beach. Bye for now. Speak soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.